So when creating a handout, we need to ask ourselves, how are students going to interact with this handout? Are students going to do a paper pencil activity? If that's the case, we're probably going to want to leave lines like this as prompts for the students to write with their pencil. But on the other hand, if our students are going to be using this digitally on a device, we're probably going to want to get rid of those lines and use something like tables to give them visual prompts of where to type. Knowing the answer to that will help you figure out what kind of document you want to create. So let's dig in and take a look. Here's a Google Doc that was created a while ago, and the intentions of this document were students were going to get a printed copy of this, a hard copy, and then they were going to use a pencil to fill in their answers. Well, that works great for that use. However, if we try to use this document in a digital form and pass it out to students digitally, maybe using a tool like Google Classroom, we run into some issues. For instance, when the kids click on one of the lines to type their name, you'll notice that it moves the entire line over to the right, pushing this text to the right and down, and that will make changes to the document the kids don't want. So how can we address this if we want the kids to work digitally? Well, we can use tables to make your document look something like this, clean it up and give it a cleaner, easier interface for the students. How would we do that? Let's take a look. So on the left, what we're going to do is leave this document in the way that it is. This is for a hard copy, a paper pencil version. But on the right, let's make some changes and convert what this document would look like if we were to make it digitally. We're going to be using lots of tables today. So this is all about using tables in Google Docs to clean this document up. You can create a table at any time. Let's make a table for the students to type in the name and the hour. So what I'm going to do first of all is highlight this text. I'm actually going to erase it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to click Table, and I have to think how many columns or rows would I like. For right now, I'm just going to do 2 columns, 1 row, 1 for name, 1 for hour. Now I can type something like this, name, and then over in this column, I can type hour. I can move this line over. I want to give more room for name, perhaps something like that. You have another option as well. I could create a 4 column table. If I went to Insert, Tables under the Insert table, I'm going to make this table 1 row and 4 columns. I can do name in this area here, and then in this area I can do the hour, and then I can move these lines by clicking and dragging around. And I'm going to move hour over like this, move this way, and I'm going to give the students some more room to put their name. Now, I can still change the size and style of the text. I'm going to make this size 12. This will work for kids digitally. They'll know where they can type. They won't have to worry about these lines being interrupted. Let's take a look at this where we have 3 separate places we want kids to write. Record their intake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, again, I'm going to backspace all of this, and instead I'm going to put 3 rows here. So I'm going to say Insert, remember tables under Insert. I'm going to go back to Table, and I'm going to do 3 rows, and I'm going to say 2 columns. Here's why. I'm going to have a place for breakfast. I'm going to have a place for lunch, and I'm going to have a place for them to record dinner. And I can drag this over like so, and this will give the students a place to type. So now if the students are typing, what happens if they run out of room? They get to the end here and there's no more room to type. It will automatically increase the height of that cell, or if I know it's an extended response, I can go ahead and hover over this line and I can drag this down to give the students the idea of, oh, I do need to type more, or give them what looks like more room. Okay, so that's how we can create tables to clean it up. If you plan on passing out documents for kids to interact with on Google Classroom, giving it to them digitally, you're going to definitely want to use tables. Hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.